entertainment on watching him continue to crash out that we were just, and he wouldn't let us get any questions really in.
This is true. This is true. The question I really wanted to know was, how did I ruin his life? That is the
Facts.
question that I've been like, hey, how did I do it? I never got to ask that question.
Facts. Juicebox Poppy, thank you. This is money that's going to raise bills and not to Rican Spot Fund because he's a little bitch.
But,
Yo, he's so mad right now. He said he's so mad because he's like, I thought you're Two-Faced. I thought we had a truce. I'm like, bro, I said I wasn't going to stream about you in a while because I'm going back to work and I didn't think I'd have time. I never said I was going to stop completely.
yeah. I mean, we'll see what happens. He's not going to go live no time soon or anything like that. I mean, hopefully he just shuts up and move on with his life. But I got a strong feeling that he can't.
Well, after the message I just got, he's definitely pissed. Because I'm like, bro, what do you mean? You went on the Henry stream last night and fucking lied some more. Of course. What the, like, do you not understand? I don't like lies. You literally lied to his face when he asked you about the conversation you had with me about your cousin stabbing him, bro. What do you mean you didn't say that? And when I came on and corrected him, notice he didn't say shit? Notice he didn't say shit. I wasn't Two-Faced last night, though, was I? But I'm Two-Faced now. Because he's mad because of this. He's mad because of this.
Yeah, man. But you should have reacted to the whole stream. Got you some good clips. Quit being lazy. Step your fucking game up. And
when I get a new laptop, because I'm telling you, when I get a new laptop, I'm definitely gonna do that. Because I was looking at laptops today. This laptop cannot handle like StreamYard. It barely handles, and it's fucking StreamYard, Henry. Come on.
You could have did so much for the Rican Ranger saga to keep it going. But missed opportunities for you.
Did you come on here to shit on me, Henry? Because now I'm starting to think Rican was right. I'm starting to think Rican was right. Yes. I might have to hit him up and be like, you know what? I'm sorry, Rican, for doing this stream. Henry came on and he came on to shit on me, and that's all he did.
Join KOD. They need some personality, someone who knows how to lead the show.
No, he wants me over there. That's what it is. He thinks he's taking. He said that now it makes sense that he's taking all your women, Henry. We are yours now. We're your women, Henry. We're your Henry. I'm yours.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know either. You know who else didn't know that? My boyfriend. He didn't know that either. I need to let him know.
We got to let him know the Y is silent in your girl.
So Henry, how do you feel? Can I just ask you, since you're here? Do you not take his threats seriously, like at all? Are you not even like worried?
Here's the thing, right? We're talking with a guy with low resources, so the gas money to get to wherever he think I am, that may put his rent in jeopardy. We're talking about a 40-year-old guy with no bank account living like a fucking illegal alien. So why would I be too concerned about that? Two, if you know where I live, coming at me, everyone will see a mile away. So no, I'm not worried. Not in the slightest. He should really divert all his energy on his project instead of posting about me. Seriously. The playlist, you made a valid point. I think what you said, 19,000 views.
Yeah, it had about 19,000 views on it.
That's
which
nothing.
Is crazy.
That's nothing. That's absolutely nothing. But it's the world to him. That's the thing. It's the absolute world to him. I mean, he'll never see 19,000 views, legitimate views, not his botted views, as long as he has air in his lungs. So, we'll see. If he was smart, he would just be like Aaron and just shut up.
Pretty much. Like at this point.
Just shut up.
At this point.
Learn about your life and go from there. But he can't.
Why is he obsessed with you biting your thumb?
I'm happy you brought that up. The only reason I did that is because you wrote in the chat, "Bite your thumb," and then I highlighted the chat and I bit my thumb, and he was like, "Oh, there you go, biting the thumb again." I was like, "Oh, my bad." You know, just playing it off.
Well, you know what's funny is I told him that the reason why you bit your thumb is because I sent you a spicy text message and you were looking at your phone.
Oh my god, he's so gullible. He'll believe anything.
Yeah, I told him that, and he's just like, "What?" And I was just like, "Bro, like, bro."
Oh man,
What up, Drew? Hold on one second. Lunchbox,
Hey,
thank you
young
for the
lady,
20
what's up?
bucks. I'm good. What's up? $20 from Lunchbox. So when is the new Chromebook coming? I'm not gonna get a Chromebook. I'm gonna go with the HP this time.
you
Like
gotta
my
get a
first
real
laptop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta get a real laptop. I can't get no Chromebook this time.
But I forgot to ask him about Drew sending the pants or Rican traveling by bike prior to Christine giving him a Durango. It was so much stuff I missed out, but he just kept talking, just so I eventually, like at the end, I just let him talk. And then I just dropped off stream and then he quit. So that was it. I'll let y'all two do y'all thing.
Well,
What?
thank you.
You're
Henry.
not gonna stay?
Oh, go ahead, Drew. I'll stay, man, if you want me to stay.
Yeah, no, Henry, of course I want you to stay. There's some things I wanted to point out. I didn't come on last night because I saw it and I was like, what good am I really gonna do? But since this is more of a he's not here moment and I'll have to get talked over because the last time I was on with him, which was the first time in forever, he just, ran and talked over me, called me a fed and all this stuff like that.
That's what
So
he does.
since I can actually
That's all he knows how to do is talk over people.
That's it. It's like, okay, you talk, I talk, we all give each other a second to talk, and that's how we should do things. But that was asking too much out of him, to do that. And that was kind of like, man, that kind of sucked because I don't really get on here to talk to you about these things. And the time I actually show up and I'm on screen with him, this is what he does. So let us start with this. Rican, get professional help. You really, really need to get professional help. I saw that whole stream yesterday, and man, that is a call for mental health if I had ever seen one. Please get help. You're always saying people aren't trying to help you and nobody helps Rican and they abandon and all this stuff like this. So I'm here. I'm right here. And I'm saying, get professional help. Okay. You need to get professional help. And another thing you need to do is this. You need to hold up and sit on the hill that you claim to stand on. So what I'm saying is, if you say something and people bring footage and text messages of things that you've said, own it. Do the David Goggins. And you probably don't even know who that is because you don't look at people that make people smarter. You don't look at people that give you some food for thought. So I would encourage you, look at some David Goggins because the number one thing that he says is this: own everything you do and own all of your mistakes for what you do. And if you can make it right, make it right. And that's what you need to do because you've got too many situations. And here's the other thing. Instead of recruiting new people, because I saw the call outs you did to your people, Brent, and calling out certain people, and you kept repeating that, which means you're hoping that they're going to show up. You're hoping that they're going to join your cause. You need to join with some people that could actually get you some help, man. If you're going through living arrangements, whatever that stuff may be, then you need to go handle that and take care of that. That's the thing about it. You see, all of us, you can't see my whole house. I'm not going to show you my whole house, but you see how the rest of us are living. Okay, so obviously somewhere in line, we got a clue about what we wanted out of life and the things that we had to have, especially those of us that are parents, things we had to do. So that meant getting a house or an apartment or things of resource. And anything that you're missing and you don't have, maybe you might want to put some things together to find out how you can get it. And here's another thing. Rican, let me break this down. I don't flex, but I'm going to be honest with you about some things. I paid off my student loans, which means I did go to college. Okay? Paid off about half of my wife's student loans. Just about done with that. Okay? Own 2 vehicles. Okay? Have a place to live. Savings account, checking account, banking account, all that stuff. Do have a little bit of some stocks too. Okay? This is what we're saying. Get yourself together. And I know you're going to be like, oh man, the Power Rangers and this and that. Listen, the Power Rangers are not going to pay your rent. The Power Rangers are something that you can enjoy, be entertained by, and reminisce to the olden days. Okay? If you want to write some fan fiction, you got to have some fan fiction money. Okay? When I was working on the Alien project, we had money for shirts, buttons, posters, action figures.
What is
a board game? We had money to do that. And we had things in place to show people that we were serious, that if they donated to the project, they were not going to be taken advantage of. And we backed it. You need to get yourself together. You don't want to listen to anybody. I was in one of the biggest disputes with 20th Century Fox, us and Neil Blomkamp, the same Neil Blomkamp that made Chappie and a bunch of other movies. Okay, we were entangled in a big fight with 20th Century Fox. You're not tapping into that resource to really get serious and ask me questions about how this works. Did Kimberly, did he not come on here yesterday? I was there for that whole conversation, just like everybody else, when he said, hey, I'm going to give you a tour, maybe of my studio, maybe fly you out, maybe kind of look at things to see how it works on a movie set you've never been. Heck, Regan, you probably never been to Universal Studios out in Hollywood. Okay, so you got a guy that's willing to do that and fly you out and show you. And what do? Everybody tell me, what did he do? He sat there and he argued with him like he stole something from him for like freaking 40 minutes. And not one good thing came out of his mouth. And at the end, he's all, that's how we do things on the street. We talk our trash, and then we bring people in. Rican, he's not from the streets. Rican, he makes movies professionally. Rican, he's not from the streets. So don't treat him like he's from the streets. I was trying to teach you how to be more refined and eloquent with what you say and what you do. That was the whole purpose. So you could make things happen in the future. And what did you do? You just wanted to stay street and do that stuff and talk to people crazy and then expect people to take you seriously and then give you money for these big projects. You wanted to go down to Hasbro to meet with all these people and think that you could sit at a board meeting and talk to them. The Legend of the Broken Jagger Part 2 that we did, that's how that meeting probably would have gone. You know, you're talking about all this stuff because you're telling people, oh, I don't need to read a script. I don't need to write a script. All I got to do is just show up and just start talking. And then they're going to just, yeah, give me money. Rican, I did the movie stuff for real. Kimberly did the movies and is doing a fantastic job still in the movie game to this day. And I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, oh, Drew's mad and get back on movie projects. Rican, I'm 42 years old. Let me step back what I'm saying. When I did that movie project, let me see. I was still in my 20s. Okay? I'm not in my 20s anymore. I retired. Okay? I did everything I wanted to do. I accomplished every goal. I got contacted by the prop master for Star Wars Episode 7 before it came out to possibly work on the movie. And all I wanted since the 80s as a little kid was just to be acknowledged by the Star Wars universe back in the 80s. And guess what? I got it. So I made my goal. And then from there on, movies didn't matter anymore. I was like, all right, cool. I'm still going to be a fan. I still got all this knowledge, but I don't need to go out working contract deals to do special effects anymore. My time is done. Plus, here's the other thing, Rican. Married. When you're single, that's when you really want to heavily do that stuff. Go travel to other countries for movies, get up at 3 a.m, work on set till 3 p.m. the next day and all that stuff like that. That's when you want to do all that stuff because you're not tied down to certain responsibilities. Okay. So again, newly married at the time, I knew it had to slow down because there's no way I'm going to tell my wife, oh, I'm going to fly out to England. I'm not sure if they're going to pay me next month or the month after when I'm out here in England. So I don't know if it needs money coming, but I'll see you when I get back. Love you too. That's not going to go too good. She's going to be like, what the heck did I sign up for? So again, responsibility. So let me clear something up with everybody. Let's talk about Rican's movie project. Okay. The thing he wanted me and Answer and my buddy Viking Samurai to look at. Okay. Let's talk about that. He was like, yeah, I want you guys to do some stunts and kind of look at some things and help write with the script. I'm like, Rican, I've got multiple sclerosis, dude. I can't do stunts anymore. That was many, many moons ago. So I never agreed to do that. I said, if you show me something, maybe I'll look over it. And what Answer said was, I will provide uniforms and I'll see what I can do, is what he said. Viking was on board. If I was on board, why? Rican, lean in real quick. Because he's my friend. I have his cell. We're in contact with each other. He lets me know what's going on. Just like Judge Joe Brown, just like OG Silverback. They're my actual real friends. We talk real life outside of YouTube. We've met in person. We are around each other. You don't seem to get that. That connection goes with me and leaves with me. So don't go claiming that. So let's get back to this movie set thing. You wanted a lot of things, and we told you the reality of how it was. When you started crashing out on people, you took the truth and threw it in the trash can. Now all of a sudden, Drew wants to be on this movie. He's going to miss an opportunity. He's not going to get on there. And by the way, the other thing was when Laura was talking to Aaron or whatever on some stream thing, he's all, oh yeah, we got an interview with Aaron. Drew, you missed your chance. You think I forgot about that? No, I did not. So who got a 2-hour to 18-minute interview? The two people you didn't want. Me and Angel did that interview and asked him a ton of stuff. And then we're cool. You did not get that opportunity. You know why? Because you're from the streets. You don't know how to talk to people. And then they don't want to mess with you. And this is just the truth. And you could take it as a hit, an insult, or whatever. But guess what? It's the truth. You don't know how to do this. And what I encouraged you to do was go learn how. Like Edward the Longshank said in Braveheart. You don't know how to run these things? Come. Learn how. Learn how to do this stuff. Instead of telling everybody, instead of going off, running your mouth, telling everybody what they do and don't know, telling everybody they can't get dates, they're not good with women, all this stuff like that. And you're telling people that are married, you're telling people that are in long relationships, all this stuff like that. The stuff you don't have, you're speaking on, and they have it, and they got it. You understand that? There's a big difference. You've never done anything big in your life, and that's fine, but own up to it. But trying to sell people a lie when you know everybody knows you're lying is insanity. You look insane because you're not telling people the truth, and they're literally pulling up their phones, looking at the messages and watching the videos. The whole time Henry pulled up, what'd you say, Rican? Okay, here's the video. Did you not say it right here? That's you, right? You showed it, right? You showed it. And he went, oh, man, no, this isn't it. It's the truth. be David Goggins. Own it. Just own it and walk away. And another thing is this. Let's bury this stuff, man. Be done with this. Let it go. I know he won't let it go, but you need to let this stuff go. It is getting too crazy. The circus is getting too hot, man. Okay? It's insane. It didn't even need to get to this point. Okay? Ice cream shops, people's kids, all this stuff like that. It has gotten crazy. Okay? Do I believe people should mess with anybody's kids? No, not yours, not anybody's or anything like that. But I will say this. If you were threatening people and saying wild stuff, they probably aren't going to think too highly of you. So they may say some things or do some things that, hey, they might think they need to protect themselves or whatever. That's a given. And you have to accept that. Don't be all, I'm surprised they did. What did you say to them? What did you do to them? Number one, nobody just did this stuff and said like, oh, today I'm going to go drink some coffee, exercise, work out, read the newspaper, and I'm going to go mess with Rican. Nobody did that. People went, no, they did. Oh, maybe later. They did not. They went, who's he messing with? Oh, he said something about me? What's he saying? Okay, where's he going with this? Oh, he's taking it to a real crazy personal place? Okay, then. People started speaking. So accept where it started. And it started and it ends with you. What you choose to do with it. I always try to give you food for thought and wisdom. So take a chapter out of the higher road. Put this stuff behind you. If you're going to do this comic book with Nelson Mandela or Bishop Tutu from Africa, okay, go ahead and finish this comic book and go ahead and do it. All right, let me know how it's going in Zimbabwe. All right, and put this thing together and put it out. Go, I think you got to fund this guy or whatever. Another thing, I hope you're telling him the truth, because if you're not, you're going to owe him some money and have to explain yourself. And you could take that as a hit, but it's not a hit. It's the truth. If you don't have that right, he's going to come looking for it. He's going to be like the Henry's dude, cornbread with a handout like this. He's going to be like that. So I hope you're ready for that. So get yourself together. Get this comic book done if that's what you're going to do. If you're not going to do it, that's cool too. But own it and tell people, you know what? I can't do the comic book. People will respect you for that. They will disrespect you when you keep trying to spin this whole narrative and like you run the world and you're a billionaire and you're freaking Jeff Bezos or, any of those guys. Steve Jobs or something like that, like you run some Fortune 500 company and you're pulling up in Lamborghinis and you're eating like tartar and lobster every day like that when you're not. Just be honest with what you do. And another thing, stop claiming martial arts. You trained with your dad for 2 years when you were 9. Martial arts is a forever journey. Every single day you train, you learn, you improve, you get beat up, you get back up. You're not doing that every day. I'm doing it every day, as messed up as my body is every day. Answer's doing it every day. Strife is doing it every day. There's real people. Ryusi's doing it every day. There's real people out here. Even Romano. I seen him stretch. He's out there doing his thing. And you know what? If you're as deadly as you think you are, why aren't you in competitions? And why aren't you trying to get a black belt in one system to at least say you got it? Because the thing you fail to realize that I was telling you, I studied 9 different systems. 9, not 1. And the thing that you fail to realize about Bruce Lee's philosophy, because he's my number 1 guy, is this. Bruce actually trained in those systems, several systems for a long time, and got close with Jun Rhee, one of the top members of the Taekwondo Society, right? With Dan Inosanto for Eskrima, Serrata, and Kali. He spent time with them. And he just didn't, okay, 5 seconds, I'm done, and then I'm going to move on to the next thing. You got to really sharpen yourself. So if you're going to claim that, be about it. And if you're not about it, just say you're not, because you're not. I got things I can prove. I got people, names, dates, and places, everything. You don't. So I would be very careful with that, because one day somebody will step up to you if they hear you talking crazy like that. And you may not be happy with what happens after. especially if you're like at a UFC gym or something like that. It is not going to go too well for you.
Bro, he ain't gonna be at no UFC gym, man.
Oh,
His money
well,
goes to weed and rent.
Well, I see how he's looking lately. He hadn't been down to the gym. I already see that. I see that. You see this? Trim, 6-pack abs, whole 9 yards.
True.
What are you doing? You live your life sloppy. That's your problem. You don't take responsibility and you live it sloppy. So get your life together. This isn't a knock. This is just the truth. You can't tell me. You go into the gym every day. Every day. Seriously. You're getting your mind sharp. You're meditating. You're praying. You're focusing on your purpose. You're writing it down in a notebook, reminding yourself, getting yourself together, trying to be better. Because if you were trying to be better, you would not be online yelling at people, crashing out, hanging out with crazy people all the time. That's just the truth. And one more thing. Ion, I know what you said about my wife.
Oh,
you think I forgot about that? No. Don't ever talk to me. Don't ever say anything to me. You stay in your lane. I'll stay in mine. Let's keep it there. You want to talk about things? Let me break something down to you. Ion, I've never even mentioned you. I've talked to you one time for less than 3 minutes on Renee's thing, way back when. And I was just like, what do you want? I heard you looking for me. Oh, man, I heard you keeping down the punk rock scene. Yeah, I did. Long time. What's up? Well, I didn't appreciate how you said this. I said, that's between me and Rican. What do you have? What's your stake in this game? Like, what is it?
It's nothing.
What do you want?
He just inserted himself in it.
Yeah, he just inserted himself into it. And that's all I've ever said about it. I've never brought you up. I've never mentioned you. So for you to go at my wife is the only way you think you can get my attention. See, that's the thing. That's why he said, that's how you get Drew. That's how you get Drew. Because you thought you could get me. You can't get me. You're not going to get me. I'm not interested in talking with you. I'm not interested in doing things with you. That's why you say F Drew and F that, because you're hoping that I'll come out. Dude, I've never done anything to you. What do you want?
Attention.
Why don't you go clean your carpets? Since now we're going to talk about each other. Go get your carpets clean. Okay? Spend some money, get your carpets clean. Focus in on your life and do better things. Stop going around bothering people. Okay? Go get some spirituality in your life. Meditate for a minute and use your energy in a positive way instead of messing up with people all the time. And your little viewing globe guy, dude, get a life, get some spirituality, get yourself together. Obviously, I hear you're 23. What the heck do you know about life? You can't sit here and tell me anything about life. I'm so sick and tired of you guys sitting up here trying to tell people things you've never even done. We got people that have served in the military, been in combat, had to do some real hardline stuff. And you guys have never served. I got 10 years of my life to law enforcement and had to do some crazy things and see some crazy things and hear some families cry and horrible stuff, man. What do you guys have that matches up to that? Absolutely nothing. Because you know what? At the end of the day, it wasn't about what I gained. It was about what I could do for somebody else. The sacrifice I was willing to lay down for somebody else. That's what it was about. And that's what all these brothers and sisters that served in the military. It was about laying their lives down for their fellow American and doing it right. You guys only serve yourself. You're selfish. You're selfish. Rican, you have been selfish. All you care about is Power Rangers. You don't give a care what it does to people. You don't give a care if anybody gets hurt. You don't give a care if it destroys anybody's lives. You don't care. All you care about is putting on a pair of spandex and thinking you got some real powers. I got news. Power Ranger powers are not real. Okay? I cannot take this morpher right here and the Green Ranger suit will not magically come on me. Okay? Because it's fake. Okay? You need to know something different between that and real martial arts compared to stunts and movie martial arts. Big difference. Okay? You need to understand that. Get some reality checks. Get some professional help. Stay off the weed, whatever it is you got. I don't know.
Yo,
weed,
this conversation
glue,
is crazy.
Weed, glue, whatever it is you got. Leave it alone. It's not helping you. It's destroying you.
Yeah.
Okay? Bury it.
He's still going, bro. Why is he still going to my DMs? I'm sorry, Drew, but he's just he's just going off on me in DMs because I'm apparently two-faced flip-flopper. And I asked him because he said he's gonna trash me like Henry and talk about. And I asked him, I said, well, I'm about to be homeless soon, so like, do you have any recommendations for hotels I should stay at? And he said that hell. There's some space in hell. And I said, okay, well, does hell allow dogs? Because I have a doggy and I need to know if they'll accept my dog. And he said that, something about the dog and him. And I asked him, well, like, did you eat a dog? Does it taste good? He's not answering my questions. These are really questions I need to know. If the dog in him is a dog he ate, and if he tasted good, did he use barbecue sauce? I want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. But we do have Mr. Bushido here. He's been waiting patiently after.
Here, you can drop me down, Ray. Drop me down.
All right. Bye, Henry. Bye, Henry.
Peace. Oh, arigato.
I do have super chats I gotta get to. I'm so sorry, real quick. I just gotta
Read
get to
them
them
first.